Hey guys, Jadamson1 here, and here's a bit of an update video and some frequently asked questions. So basically, here's the news thing. Again, like I've said, school just started for me recently, and so recording is kind of on halt, and not really like stopped for good, but I mean like it's going to take a bit more time for me to have the time to do this stuff because I've already had tests. I mean, like, it's only been the first week and we're already starting with tests and stuff and all that fun stuff. And I did take delivery of a new guitar today, earlier today, and I'll be having a video on that sometime soon whenever I have the time for it. I'll take it out of the case and show you guys around on the equipment it's got with it and what kind of guitar it is and stuff. And I did start taking guitar classes at my school. They offered it now this year. So yeah, there's that. And the Call of Duty videos, I know they haven't been uploaded in a little while. I do plan on doing more sometime soon. I don't know whether I'll be all by myself or with Liam Bomb Gaming, one of the two. And you know, just that. And Pokemon videos, you know, those are really fluctuating, and that's basically what I refer to as the flagship of the channel, because I've done more Pokemon than anything else on the channel, with I think Minecraft PC being right behind it, and basically if you combine all the Minecraft episodes, they're all right there behind it. The crew, and then Call of Duty's right above the crew, and then the crew is down there at the bottom, with Mario Kart 7 being the dead last when it comes to games I've done videos on, because I've only done one video on Mario Kart 7. And but I might do more, I might not do any more. You know, I was kind of a test monkey thing. I just wanted to see how it would look on camera and all that fun stuff. And yeah, so that's basically it. You know, with the guitar thing, I finally learned how to read music, and I'm going to be practicing a lot more of these new notes and playing how to play and all this stuff. So that might make it a bit more harder to me to do videos. And I apologize for those who really want to see that kind of stuff, but I really got to get this stuff done. You know, this is something that is something I really want to do, and I may or may not do videos occasionally of me actually practicing on the guitar, just kind of giving you my insight on how I do things, and it may go in that personal life video series. I think I've mentioned it before. If not, basically, if you remember, I mentioned a few months ago about owner stories, which are basically me talking through my car and stuff. I've decided to do more than that and go more in depth into my actual personal life and tell you guys all about myself, all my favorite hobbies and stuff, and mention all these things to you, and basically go more in depth on me outside of YouTube, and basically bring that outsider life into the YouTube world to show you guys what it's like to be me. You know, most people don't believe it, but I'm not really that much of a gamer. I'm more of an athlete. You know, I played football for 2 to 3 years, and I cycle almost all the time. You'll see more of those videos coming up where I'm showing off my bikes, because I own 3 bikes. A BMX, a 1960s Cruiser that I brought down from West Virginia, and a mountain bike as well, and I'll show those later on the channel, and the personal life series as well. There's more stuff on my car, you know, all that fun stuff. And at my birthday party, if I can get permission from everyone that decides to show up, I may do a video series with them, you know, showcasing me playing Call of Duty with all of them, or something along the lines of that. That's still a possibility. That's up in the air. I don't know yet. It's more than likely going to be me and my cousins and stuff shooting stuff and all that greatness. And yeah, there's that. And yeah, so frequently asked question time. Now, I'm not taking for specific users. I've just asked this quite a lot. Why are the Pokemon videos much more frequent than any of the other videos? You know, I get asked this quite a lot because not a lot of people around me in my area are big Pokemon players. Most of them prefer the Call of Duty videos to the Pokemon videos. And, you know, I don't understand that. You know, that's kind of how it is. You know, my flagship video series for the channel are Pokemon and Minecraft. You know, those are the 2 things I play the most. Therefore, they get the most airing time. Basically, it depends on what I'm in the mood to do. So, if I'm in the mood to shoot stuff, then yeah, I might do a Call of Duty video. If I'm in the mood to record, if I'm not feeling great, or you know, something along the lines of that, I may not do a video. I've had instances where I've done that before, because I started the new medication and I get sick if I don't take it. So those days I don't take it, I'm really just messed up in the head, and, you know, not like messed up like crazy or anything, but I mean like sick, headaches, you know, nausea. I'm basically a train wreck when I don't take the meds. So yeah, bear with me on that one. I will do more Call of Duty videos eventually when I get in the mood to do them. I'm not gonna abandon that altogether, and all that good stuff. So there's that. And another thing is basically why do I brag about my car so much? Basically, my car to me is kind of like my child. If most people who don't know me, I am a big car person. I've grown up in a family that believed in three things. Really, that's our main hobbies: cars, football, and music. And I basically like all three of those things because I do play guitar now. I'm a big car person, and I used to play football. All that fun stuff. And basically, I baby the car more than probably anyone else in the world, because I know a lot of my friends that try to baby their cars, but they don't go to the extent I do. I don't buy a ton of modifications for my car. I've thought about it in the past, and getting some parts put on it to soup it up a little bit and maybe get it some of its lost horsepower back. All that fun stuff. But I'm basically, the only things I'm really going for right now is getting my phone fixed and helping out getting the motor mount done to get the car basically running again in tip-top shape. And then going from there, it'll be like baby steps, learning how to drive it. And then once I get the money, I may just do a complete exhaust replacement, catalytic converter, headers, and the muffler itself being replaced, because that factory exhaust, not only is it quiet, but the catalytic converter's gone bad, so it's really, really just horrid smelling. And I'm not complaining about it or nothing, but I'm just telling you guys what it's like. So that might be something I do later on. That'll be in a personal life video for sure if I do get all this stuff done. And there's that. And I am very, very, very germophobic. I can't stand germs. So that was one of the main things with football, is I used to like to clean myself up right after practice. Wash my face a little bit, rinse all the dirt off my arms before I actually got home and took a shower, because I'm very superstitious about taking a shower in public places. I don't like that idea. So yeah, and if you will go in my car right now, it's probably one of the cleanest cars you'll see around here, especially when it comes to teenagers' cars, because a lot of teenagers don't really care how messy their cars are, but I do. I wipe that sucker down all the time. I Lysol wipe the interior. I Armor All it all the time. I basically baby that car to death. I'm freaking out now because it's been sitting for over a month now this week, and there's dust starting to get on the frame, and cobwebs forming up underneath the rear bumper, attaching to the floor of the garage, because it hasn't moved. It's been stationary. It's ran once since we parked it in the garage, and I'm worried about it, but at the same time I'm not. So yeah, it won't be a shocker to me if we have to jump it off, because it's been sitting for like a month now and hasn't ran. And I do my little electronics check every day. I open the door, see if there's a light that comes on, shut the door, and that's all I really do. That's all I really do nowadays. So yeah, there's that. And yep, and that handles that question. Now the next question I'm constantly getting is, when did I start playing Pokemon? Basically, my career in Pokemon began when I was in first grade, so about 2004, 2005, somewhere in there. Yeah, about 2005, because that would be 10 years from now. So because I'm in 11th grade now. So basically, long story short, we went to Target. I had my first Game Boy, which is sitting up on that shelf. It'll be in one of the Throwback Thursday videos, which I forgot to do this week, so I apologize for those who were kind of looking forward to that if I had already mentioned I was going to do it. So if not, I'll be starting that up this upcoming Thursday, playing a classic game of some sort that I own, not like 1970s, 1980s old, but somewhere around the early 2000s, maybe even Pokemon Yellow, which is the oldest Pokemon game I have, and one of the oldest games I own. The oldest game I think I own is Gran Turismo 1, 1997. So yeah, there's that, and all that fun stuff. But anyway, back to the story. We went to Target, and my mom at the time had just converted over to non-denominational Christianity from Jehovah's Witness. So she was originally very superstitious about Pokemon. She was not a big supporter of the game, and I basically managed to talk her into letting me buy Leaf Green, and ever since then I've never looked back. I basically, this year was my first year of learning how to competitively train. I never really paid attention to EVs and IVs and stuff like that until this year, and basically that screwed me over twice, because I I went to the tournaments in 2010 and 2011. For Pokemon Heart Gold and Pokemon White, and both of those ended me getting beat up in the first round. And those are basically the only 2 times I've competed in the VGC circuit. This year, though, in the fall regionals, that is my expected return date. You know, it depends really on how far of a drive it is from my house here, to go to the arena where the fall regionals for the Southeast region are being held. For all my supporters down here, if you're going to those tournaments, I look forward to seeing you if you're in the Masters division. If not, you know, you may face Liam Bomb Gaming or my little sister if she decides to go that route into the VGC circuit with the rest of us. And, you know, if you're in that Masters division, I'm not out there to be your rival. I'm not out there to tick you off and talk smack. I'll support you. I mean, I'll be like, oh, that was a good move, good choice there. Or, oh man, that Pokemon's really tanky. You know, you've done a really good job on that. I'm not gonna be like, oh man, your Pokemons are still hacked. You know, I know I do that a lot in my videos, and that's basically superstitions that I talk aloud because that's just me. You know, I don't. Like, if I piece things together, you know, they may have just a really heavily modified team that they've really worked hard on, much more harder than I have on my team, and, you know, I kind of superstitious, like, I get really superstitious about that, and I always believe it's a hack, but it's not. So, you know, I'm not really blaming hacks, you know, that's just my kind of first instinct when I think something's weird. So, yeah, and, you know, I'm not really going to be out there to tick everybody off. I've seen a lot of people get really antsy in the Masters division. I've seen people go, yeah, I won, you all suck, you know, stuff like that. And I'm not like that at all. You know, I've grown up in the, like, pillars of, like, respect, I guess you could say. You know, I'm all about anti-bullying, all that fun stuff. But anyway, that's just me. So, yeah, if you're playing Master Division and you're in the Southeast Regional Finals this year for the fall regionals, and you wind up battling me, you know, I'm not gonna make you mad. I mean, I'm not gonna let you win without a fight, but I'm not gonna play mind games or anything with you. You know, I'm just gonna battle straightforward and all that great stuff. And basically, my first competitive team, I don't remember too well. I do think it had a couple of really tough Pokemon at the time, but of course I did get sweeped, I think, in that year. You know, I was in the 5th grade, and at this point in time, I was still very sensitive of my disorder, so I basically cried every time something bad happened to me. If I fell and, like, really cut myself, I'd start crying. You know, I cried if I didn't go to recess in elementary school. I mean, for crying out loud, like what? And yeah, I got beat in the first round, and I bawled the entire way home. And because me and my mom had spent 2 days preparing for this tournament. You know, the last day of school, we drove up to Gwinnett, where the arena was for that year for the Southeast Regionals, and I hunkered in there and basically, like, binge trained all night trying to get this team set up, and just to go get beat in the first round. You know, it sucks, but that's what happens sometimes. You know, I'm looking forward to the next tournament because I do believe I'll put up more of a fight this year than I have any year before. You know, it's been a good past couple of years of me in competitive battling. You know, battle spot, all that stuff. You know, as you probably saw in the earlier battle spot videos when I didn't know how to EV train at the time, you know, I did okay, but not good enough to win. And now that I know how to EV train, you know, I'm basically much more of a competitor now than I have in my entire life. And, you know, I'm looking forward to that. And, yeah, so, that basically answers 2 questions. What was my first game, and how many times have I competed competitively? And, yeah. And another question I'm always asked is, what is exactly my strategy? Because it kind of varies between battles, you know. Basically, what I like to do is when you see the opponent's team, I kind of try to guess in my head what's probably going to happen. Because I'm thinking, they're going to expect me to do this, so I should do this instead. And usually, most of the time, that may or may not work out. You know, most of the time, it kind of leads to the not work out more than the may work out. You know, most of the time I get that prediction wrong, and they do send out the leads that I least expected. You know, I always start off on the wrong foot. But I mean, like, as you probably saw in the latest Battle Spot video, I do always find a way to turn around and put the odds in my favor. So yeah, that's basically my kind of strategy. Now, on the website, it does say put your sturdy Pokemon up front. That was my old school strategy I used when I was younger. It was a recommendation from one of my cousins who doesn't play anymore. He said, basically, your best idea is to put your lowest levels up front, wear them down to lower levels, and once they all get knocked out and you get your higher levels, you can just hammer down from there. You know, that's a really good strategy, and I've used it for years, and it's worked, because I usually put all my lowest stats up front. When they're all level 100s, I always go for the lowest HP stat, is basically what I look for, and throw them up front. But with this new strategy I've been running for the last little while now, predicting leads, all that great stuff, and you know, all that stuff, you know, it works out really well sometimes in the long run, but a lot of the times I mess up, and we're humans, we're not expected to get everything right. So yeah. Next question is basically, what's my dream car? You know, I'm asked this quite a lot, because being a car fanatic, you know, I have all these little all these amazements of cars. You know, I'm always saying I would love to own this, I'd love to own that. But to be honest with you, my dream car is a 1995 Ferrari F355 F1 Spider. You know, I do like the wedge shapes. I do like the wedge shaped cars a lot. You know, I'm probably the only person that'll admit to it. But I've been a Ferrari egghead since I was maybe 2 years old. My very first toy cars were Ferrari 355s, and that's basically what started that trend with me, and why I like that car so much. So basically, I'll blabber on about that car every so often, but you know, I do love my car very much. I haven't learned how to drive it yet. I've been sitting in the driver's seat, but it's never moved, unfortunately for me. We're basically waiting to get that mount fixed before I start moving. So yeah, I mean, the next thing I'm always asked is, how come in the Call of Duty videos I'm much more humorous? Basically, when I'm playing Pokemon, my mindset is very focused. You know, I'm in the game, I'm thinking, I'm strategizing, so I'm very quiet and, you know, monotone most of the time. Now with Call of Duty, I don't know what I'm doing 95% of the time, because it's basically a game of chance. So I'll be more funny and more humorous. I'll do the goat screams, the Arnolds, and all that fun stuff doing on Call of Duty, because I'm trying to be funny. You know, I'm trying to kind of liven everyone up. It works with Liam Bomb Gaming, even though most of the time I'm too loud, it hurts his ears. And of course, that's not intentional, that's just me. And yeah, and it's the same story with Minecraft. And when I'm playing Minecraft, I have this computer going in my head that's like, hey, we're strategizing here, we need to build this before this happens, because if I don't, this will happen. You know, I'm basically building in my head scenarios, and that's basically how I work with other games. So I'm very quiet when I'm playing games, and monotone. And I'm sorry for those that are kind of looking for a humor kind of thing. I'm not like that at all, unless I'm in a game where I feel more comfortable and I'm confident. And you know, Call of Duty is not something I'm very confident in, but you know, I do feel a little bit more loose in the hinges. Next thing I'm always asked is, what kind of computer do I use? And I use an HP. Now, that's probably not the biggest name in the world for video editing and gaming and stuff, but this little computer I've got has been packing a punch since I got it. You know, I've never been disappointed by it. You know, there are the occasional bugs where it locks up on me and I do have to shut it down by holding down the power button, but you know, it's not as bad as my old laptop. My very first laptop was a Dell Inspiron 1000, and for most people who've owned those things know they're horrible computers. You know, I was upset with mine mainly because I had to have a wired connection for so long, and then basically once I got the wireless card, it got infected with a virus, and then I stepped on it and broke the screen and all that great stuff, and we got rid of that. And basically I went laptopless for several years, and then got this little guy last year, and it's really paid off. I do like this laptop quite a lot, and it's been a great computer. And you know, I do basically everything on it. Like this update video, I'm filming on the computer, quite obviously, and all my editing and stuff happens on here. All the uploads, all the channel setups, all the messages I do on here, all the website editing, all that stuff is done on this little HP, and I usually try to do it simultaneously, and it just never backs down, and that makes me impressed. Now, I mean, I get a lot of hate from techno people that know more about computers than I do for the processor I've got, because it's what's called a Radeon, and I've heard that those aren't the greatest in processors, but I'm impressed with it overall. Now, the long story behind this computer is I was planning on using this as a school computer, but summer came around, I'm like, well, what am I going to do with this? I mean, it's just going to sit here, because, you know, so I managed to get the channel relaunched and started making videos and editing on here, and upgraded to Windows 10 recently. Now, it has lowered my performance quite a lot, but, you know, it's still fighting just like it was when it was a Windows 8.1 computer, and I'm impressed very well with that. So yeah. Now yeah, so that'll about do it for the frequently asked questions thing. Now for those of you who don't know how to contact me or anything, or ask questions or challenge me in Pokemon battles, or tell me your PlayStation Network names and all that fun stuff, I usually will leave on the PlayStation themed videos like the Minecraft and the Call of Duty and the Crew. I usually leave my PSN names, because I have 2 accounts I use for the 2 consoles I own, in the description. But for those who don't know, my PS4 PSN is Kia Spectra 5 2005, with the K in Kia and the S in Spectra being capital. And my PSN for the PS3, which I haven't played much lately, is Jadamson1, all lowercase. So that's kind of the easiest ways you can get in touch with me, especially on the PS4, because I do have that set up to my phone. So if you message me on the PS4, I will get it to my phone as well. And Facebook, you can go to Jadamson1-YouTuber, and it should pop up the same logo the channel uses itself, the Pokeball, with the Jadamson1 Gaming writing in it. And basically, that I post a lot to that page whenever something's going on with the channel. If I'm talking about getting hyped up for getting hype built for a new video, or you know, posting pictures of stuff, you know, talking about problems I'm having with uploads and stuff. Because there was an incident just recently, a few months ago, where I couldn't upload anything longer than 15 minutes because of some sort of issue with hours. It took me about 2 hours to upload a 10-minute video, and once that got all resolved, I started going back to the 20 to 30-minute videos, and I got more comfortable doing all that. And you know, that's not a problem with me at all, and all that great stuff. So yeah. And then as you might tell, I'm very tired. I can't think that well. You know, and with my birthday coming up soon, I'm hoping I do get a new 3DS. And basically, when I take delivery of that, I'm going to do some short review videos on my old 3DS, kind of compare the two, the new and the old. And basically, I already know I'm probably going to pick the new one over it. The poor little 3DS has had so much usage that the battery doesn't last longer than 3 hours without basically killing off whatever charge it had. And, you know, I've worn down that sucker, and I do need to get that battery replaced soon. I need to call Nintendo over that. But, yeah, I might do comparisons in that, you know, all that fun stuff, and do reviews on the guitar I've got now. I got 2 guitars now. I got a First Act, which I bought when I was 11 years old, and then I've got this new guitar, which I'm not going to specify anything until I do the video on it, because I just took delivery of it today. I know what it is already, and you'll see all this stuff later. And yeah. So yeah, that'll about do it for this Jadamson1 video and updates. I know this is probably one of the longest update videos I've done, but you know, I just need to get all this stuff said, because I don't want to surprise anyone with any of this stuff. So like and subscribe for more from the channel. You know, that means a lot when I see all these subscribers now. I know we're sitting at like 12 to 13 right now, and that's not a lot, but it's enough for me. I'm impressed with it. So you know, thanks for all the subscribers for giving me the support I need. And basically going from there, I would love to get this channel put out more, and all that fun stuff. Now, I did not get to do the Fan Fridays for Verlicify, and because I was at school, and he finished uploading all of those once I got back home tonight after taking delivery of the guitar from my grandparents. So that kind of screwed my plans over. So next week, I am going to do my best to get on Fan Fridays with one of the video clips. It may be from the Battle Spot 3 video. If not, it'll be a recent Battle Spot battle I did that I won somehow. That probably won't be on camera at all. All that amazing stuff. So, yeah, so I'll go ahead and end this year with just basically like and subscribe for more of the channel. I'll see you guys again soon.